Alright, settle in and prepare for some unfiltered truth bombs dropping from the heart of the reality TV universe. We are pulling back the curtain on the dramatic fallout from the end of an era, and one of its longest standing stars is holding absolutely nothing back. Get ready for candid confessions, shocking insights, and a brutal look at the real cost of living your life in front of the cameras. We are talking, of course, about the complex, often tumultuous, and undeniably captivating relationship between Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz. For over a decade, we watched their journey unfold on screen, from their early days navigating the Sur drama, through their elaborate engagement and wedding, and ultimately to the heartbreaking dissolution of their marriage. Their relationship was a central pillar of one of Bravo's biggest hits, and their story was intertwined with the lives of a cast that became appointment television for millions. The show, of course, was Vanderpump Rules. For 11 seasons, this cast of servers, bartenders, and aspiring Hollywood hopefuls delivered drama, romance, betrayals, and surprisingly relatable moments that kept us hooked. We saw friendships forged and broken, careers launched and derailed, and relationships blossom and burn out in spectacular fashion. Katie and Schwartz were there from almost the very beginning, their relationship evolving and facing numerous challenges in the unforgiving glare of reality television. But as loyal viewers know, season 11 years från det stället seemed the significant turning point. After a tumultuous season that followed the infamous Scandoval, the future of the original cast on Vanderpump Rules seemed uncertain. And then the news hit. In April 2024, Vanderpump Rules was reportedly put on pause, and a few months later in November, the stunning announcement came that season 12 would feature an entirely new cast. It was the abrupt and for many fans disappointing end of an era. The OGs were out, and a new chapter, perhaps completely unrelated, was set to begin. Now, in a move that surprised many, Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz reunited, not on screen, but on the premiere episode of Schwartz's brand new podcast, tellingly titled Detox Retox. This reunion of ex-spouses and longtime castmates was, in itself, a highly anticipated event. What would they discuss? Would there be lingering tension? Would they offer a final word on their shared reality TV experience? The stage was set for a candid conversation about the highs and lows of their time on Bravo. And Katie Maloney, true to form, did not hold back. She offered a raw and honest look at her time filming Vanderpump Rules, admitting that while she wouldn't want to change anything about the overall experience, acknowledging the opportunities and life changes it brought her, there were undeniably times that were really fucking difficult for her. That blunt assessment resonates deeply. Living your life, your relationships, your mistakes, your heartbreaks, all under the constant scrutiny of cameras and the judgment of millions of viewers, takes an immense toll. It's a pressure cooker environment where authenticity is demanded, but the presentation of that authenticity is controlled by others. And Katie revealed that this feeling of a difficulty of filming reality TV was recently brought back to the forefront of her mind while watching the Vanderpump Rules spin-off, The Valley. This new show features some familiar faces from the VPR universe, but focuses on a different stage of life, purportedly capturing the lives of couples navigating parenthood and suburban living. But for Katie, watching it was a stark reminder of the world she had inhabited for over a decade, and a powerful confirmation that she made the right decision to step away. She stated with a sense of palpable relief, "I'm so glad I'm not filming a TV show because I'm just thinking about their walk-ups that they're doing, having the conversations that they don't want to have. It can be really draining." Her words paint a vivid picture of the forced nature of some reality TV moments. The producers asking you to have a difficult conversation on camera. The manufactured walk-ups to someone's house for a confrontation. She recognizes the emotional exhaustion that comes with constantly performing your life for a television audience. Katie acknowledged the duality of the experience, admitting it can also be the best fucking time ever, referencing the fun times, the travel, the camaraderie that existed at times. But she quickly followed that up with a clear statement about her current state of mind. But where I'm at right now, I'm really happy just getting to enjoy my life and the way I want to enjoy it. This speaks to a desire for peace, for authenticity that isn't dictated by a production schedule or a storyline, for the simple pleasure of living her life without the constant pressure to perform for the cameras. She also reminded Schwartz's podcast listeners about the sheer longevity of their time on Vanderpump Rules, noting that the original cast worked on the show for nearly 12 years. Think about that. Over a decade of their young adult lives captured and broadcast to the world. After such a significant period of living under that kind of scrutiny, Katie expressed that it's nice to be able to simply hang and focus on other projects. She highlighted her current endeavors, the Disrespectfully podcast she co-hosts with former VPR cast member Dana Cathan, and the Something About Her sandwich shop she co-owns with Ariana Madix as fulfilling pursuits outside of the reality TV bubble. Interestingly, Katie revealed on her own podcast shortly after the season 12 cast news broke that she had actually informed show producers months earlier that she wouldn't be returning for another season. This wasn't a reaction to the news of the new cast. She had already made the decision to leave. Schwartz noted on his podcast that many fans didn't believe Katie when she initially said this, giving her so much squad online, thinking she was just saying it because the original cast was out. Schwartz, however, defended his ex-wife's honesty. In this instance, he assured Katie on the podcast, "I think you were being honest. I think it wasn't a deflection or a self-defense thing." Katie confirmed his belief, stating emphatically that she was very much ready to leave Vanderpump Rules when season 11 ended, claiming she had hit a wall. Her explanation painted a picture of reaching a breaking point after enduring the demands of the show for so long. She explained her internal thought process. "I was like, either the show's gonna end tremendously and I'm gonna walk away and feel good about it, or I'm gonna eventually get to the point where I'm like, I can't do this anymore." Her departure, by her own account, was a result of reaching that point of emotional exhaustion and deciding that she could no longer continue. Despite Katie's decision to step away from the world of Vanderpump Rules and its spin-off, It's Worth, noting that some of her former castmates have made the jump to The Valley. As viewers know, Tom Schwartz himself has appeared on episodes of The Valley, both in season 1 and the recently airing season 2. Other prominent former VPR stars, including Sheena Shea and Lala Kent, have also made appearances on the spin-off, maintaining their presence in the Bravo universe. Katie's choice not to join them highlights a deliberate decision to distance herself from that specific reality TV environment, even as others continue to navigate it. While Katie has made the firm decision not to transition to The Valley, she admitted on Schwartz's podcast that there are certain fringe benefits of being a Bravo employee that she will miss, specifically mentioning making appearances on the popular late-night show Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. Being on Bravo opens doors and provides opportunities that aren't readily available otherwise. However, for Katie, these benefits simply weren't worth the significant challenges that come with being on a reality television show for over a decade. She articulated her feelings about the inherent nature of reality TV in a powerful and somewhat damning statement. Katie claimed that these shows are designed just to break people down. It's really difficult. This is a heavy accusation, suggesting that the format and production of reality television, at least in her experience, are inherently detrimental to the emotional well-being of the cast members. It implies that the constant conflict, the dramatic storylines, and the pressure to perform contribute to a breakdown of individuals. Schwartz offered a counterpoint to this, arguing that the shows are actually designed to encourage people to be radically honest and raw. While this is often the stated goal of reality TV, capturing genuine emotions and reactions, Katie's response suggests that the reality of how that honesty is used and portrayed can be far more complicated and harmful. Katie countered Schwartz's point by asserting, "Well, the thing is, I was radically honest and raw." She maintained that she showed her true self and her genuine emotions on camera. However, she added a crucial caveat, "But I think sometimes it can't be shown in the way that it's most intended from me." This suggests that Katie felt her honesty and raw emotions were not always presented in a way that accurately reflected her intentions or the full context of the situation. It points to the power of editing, narrative shaping, and production choices in influencing how a reality TV star is perceived by the audience, and how that perception can diverge from their own lived experience, adding to her reasons for deciding to leave. Katie pointed to the fractured state of the Vanderpump Rules cast at the end of season 11. She noted that the CA had become so divided that she no longer felt continuing on the show would be the healthiest thing for her. This speaks to a toxic work environment, a lack of genuine connection among the cast members, and the emotional toll of constantly being around people with whom she had significant unresolved conflict. She explicitly stated that there were no family vibes among the cast by the end of season 11. A stark contrast to the close-knit group they presented themselves is in the earlier seasons. The sense of camaraderie and shared experience that might have made the difficult times bearable had evaporated, leaving behind a divided and potentially hostile environment. Katie also specifically highlighted the difficulty of continuing to film with her ex-husband Tom Schwartz season after season, especially within that divided cast dynamic. She felt that being required to go on trips or participate in storylines with Schwartz repeatedly after their divorce was not conducive to her emotional well-being. Schwartz himself acknowledged the validity of this feeling, responding, "I get it. It might have felt a little contrived had we had another season." He understood that their continued on-screen interactions, while perhaps providing content for the show, might have felt forced and unhealthy given their personal history and the fractured state of the cast. Looking back at the end of season 11, Katie expressed a sense of disappointment in how things concluded. She had hoped that after filming together for so many years, the cast could have gone out on some kind of high note. She also wished that they could have, at the very least, known ahead of time that season 11 would be their last season together, as an ensemble. She envisioned a scenario where, armed with that knowledge, they could have approached the final season differently. She imagined them saying, "Let's just put our hearts in it. We don't need to fuck with each other after this." This reflects a desire for a sense of closure, for a final season focused on genuine connection and storytelling rather than manufactured conflict, a chance to end their shared journey with respect rather than lingering animosity. Katie Maloney's candid revelations on Tom Schwartz's podcast offer a powerful and at times uncomfortable look at the realities of being a long-term reality television star. She speaks to the emotional drain, the feeling of being misrepresented, the toxicity of a divided cast, and the difficulty of navigating personal relationships under the glare of the cameras. Her decision to leave Vanderpump Rules was clearly a deeply personal one, made for her own well-being, despite the professional benefits that came with being on the show. While The Valley continues the Bravo reality tradition with some familiar faces, Katie Maloney has chosen a different path, one focused on her own projects and the ability to live her life on her own terms, away from the constant pressure and scrutiny of a show she feels was designed, at least in part, to break people down. Her story serves as a compelling reminder that what we see on reality television is often a carefully constructed narrative, and the lives of the people we watch are far more complex and challenging than what is portrayed on screen. Thank you for joining us as we explore these dramatic revelations from Katie Maloney. Her honesty provides valuable insight into the world of reality TV and the toll it can take. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.